Hello, this is Soundout here, and welcome back to another Dobutsu Sentai Zyuohger review. Today we'll be taking a look at the combination of Wild Zyuoh King as well as Cube Kuma. As you can see here, Cube Kuma was sold by himself, designed to go with Wild Zyuoh King. So without further ado, let's begin. Alright, Wild Zyuoh King, made from cubes 1 through 6, plus 2 of the exclamation marks Kirin and Mogura, is the combination between Zyuoh King and Zyuoh Wild. Now, we'll preface this to start. You don't necessarily need Kirin and Mogura. They provide leg support, but the overall combination can be made without them if you don't mind not having the show accuracy-ness of it. So, getting that out of the way, we got all this going together. Let's begin. And I normally would do this through a transformation sequence like I did in the other videos, but this one takes a little bit more explaining. It's not so straightforward. Okay, I kind of lied. That was pretty straightforward. Once cubes 1 through 6 are stacked in the order of 4, 3, 2, 5, 1, and 6, you're all good to go pretty much from here. This is where the actual transformation happens. First of all, you want to take these cubes and rotate them down, like this, and flip everybody around. Now when you do this, you can start to see a robot. A little bit wobbly. It does have some stability issue because it is this long totem pole. And that is where Kirin, in this formation, just clips on here. There's little clips on the side. And Mogura does the same thing. It's recommended they be there, but if they're not, you can still have a combination. Okay. Next up, you want to take the big cannon, the big wild cannon, fold this in half. This will become a chest plate. So those clips there are actually what hold this chest plate on. Like that. And then you're going to take this, you want to push the little tab here to release this arm, bring it around, click it back in place. You want to do the same here with Gorilla and make sure to extend it out. Now lastly, Big King's sword, straight down the whole thing, turn the little face around, pull the sword out. What's interesting is the gun from Zyuoh Wild actually becomes a helmet. It doesn't peg on to the head. It actually tabs in to 2 little slots right in front. And now we have the massive Wild Zyuoh King. Wild Zyuoh King is a tall, tall beast. And very, very blocky, but it's the cube theme. I dig this combination. And in fact, I ordered all the cubes at once to make it so I could get them all in a box together and then open them all up and put them together like this. That was my intention. That's what happened. It was wonderful. The little king's sword can be held in either hand by Wild Zyuoh King, but it is kind of stubby. I typically just leave it in the top of the head to keep it going. I love this combination's overall bulk, but it does have some issues. First of all, the arms are uneven, with this being Zyuoh King's arm and this being Zyuoh Wild's arm. This one's a lot thicker than this one. I think the problem is this little hand. There's methods to get around it, but officially it's like this. The arms are not symmetrical, which may bug a lot of people, and honestly it kind of bugs me a little bit too. It's not symmetrical, but it's hard to do it with what was going on here. It does have the shoulder articulation we come to expect, with very, very heavy ratchets. Those big pegs on the side of Tiger finally get to go to use. And overall, it's not going to fall over if you have Mogura and Kirin. If you don't have these guys, there is a tendency for it to tip over if you're not careful. So they are pretty much just overglorified leg supports. Pretty much, that is all to Wild Zyuoh King by himself. They did release a box set where you can get all 8 of these cubes together, and I think that's pretty awesome because these look pretty great together, plus all the interchangeability they have on their own. Wild Zyuoh King is really, really cool. and honestly made Zyuoh King's shortcomings completely made up for because this combination is really big. Really, really cool. But we're not done here today. There was another cube animal released, a Dobutsu Busou Series 1, Cube Kuma, specifically designed to be used by this guy. Here we have Cube Kuma. Now Cube Kuma is a little brown exclamation point cube. He was 1,000 yen and was actually kind of hard to find. I found that only 2 retailers actually stocked him at any point. Like Ami Ami and CS Toys had stock of him. Hobby Link Japan did not have any listing for it even. So it's kind of strange that way, but I did manage to get one from Ami Ami, and even with shipping, this guy was only about 15 bucks, so that was kind of nice. Transformation, pretty darn simple. He just turns into a little bear, because Kuma, bear. He looks really neat. This has been repainted twice, once into the elusive gold panda, and second time into a panther, which is just kind of weird. But anyways, this is Cube Kuma. He's pretty cool. Doesn't really do much else on his own. Let's go ahead and combine him with Wild Zyuoh King. Now Cube Kuma, who is quite tiny next to the towering robot here, does turn into a weapon for Wild Zyuoh King. And that would be an axe, which, pretty simple transformation, like this, and then you reach out the handle. Now, this handle is problematic. Actually, the handle's not really the problem. It's designed to go in the right hand of Wild Zyuoh King, and looks pretty darn cool. It looks good. It gives me very much a lumberjack vibe, maybe with the plaid kind of pattern there and the axe. But you'll notice a problem if you leave it like this for too long. This will actually warp, and it won't, the peg won't clip like that. It actually, on mine even, it bent. And it bent significantly to where it was completely warped. And this is the thing I didn't know was a problem. This issue is that the weight of this is too much, and there is a little bump here for the design of the hand that prevents this handle from being completely held. If it's held here in Zyuoh King's hand, it works a little bit better because the entire handle is encompassed, so it's not as much of an issue. The only ways I've seen to get around this is you either swap the arms and then you keep this guy at a lateral position, like this, or what I have done is just pose this guy differently, because even at this position, it's still too heavy and you can see it starts to tip. So I just put it back like this, so all the weight is on the back of the handle, and he's in a swinging action pose. That is the only way this works. It really is a poor design flaw on Bandai's part, and you can't just have him at rest holding the axe. He has to be up in motion, and then sometimes his arm falls apart because the axe is too heavy. So really, Cube Kuma is really cool. I like the design, but its functionality, not as cool. It works better with the individual robots, less so than the giant combination. But that is Wild Zyuoh King, that is Cube Kuma, and I think it's time to take a break from the mecha for a little bit. The next review will be taking a look at Zyuoh the World's Changer, Zyuoh the Light. Till next time, this is Soundout saying goodbye.